Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Continuing to see some filtered sun out there with plenty of high clouds around the area. Temperature sitting in the mid 40s, and still continue to see some slightly breezy conditions sitting just below that wind advisory criteria with our peak winds. We will see a chance of a wind advisory at times as we move through our working hours today. Otherwise, should be trending towards quieter weather as we move over the next several days. And as we get into next week, we should see temperatures starting to warm up. Take a look at the current surface analysis. Still seeing a tight pressure gradient over the local region. That's going to keep those slightly breezy conditions in here for today as well as during the day tomorrow. Otherwise, high pressure briefly skates by the local area as this weak disturbance off to the west is going to move through our area tonight. But as it approaches, it will weaken and dry out, and just seeing some additional cloud covers as that passes over the area. Looking at the upper level winds from this morning, sounding had some westerly winds near the surface, becoming northwesterly through much of the column, and then west northwesterly as we get up in the 20 to 25,000 foot levels, seeing our peak wind of 98 knots at 25,000 feet. The freezing level this morning was at 1,300 feet. Taking a look at the current visible satellite, we could see those high clouds still continuing to stream across the area. We will have a chance of seeing a quick break in some of that cloud cover as we get into the afternoon time frame, but again, we'll see building clouds back in the area as that weak system moves through the area later this evening, mainly some mid-level clouds. If we take a look at the European model here, we'll see what we can expect over the next several days. Zoomed out here, we'll see tight pressure gradient again over the local area today, keeping slightly breezy conditions. We'll keep a slight breeze as we move into the evening as this weak disturbance moves over the area. Right now, maybe a light sprinkle possible, but most likely just seeing some additional cloud cover in the mid-levels as this pushes through and we move into Saturday. We'll see some lowering thickness values, possibly keeping those temperatures right seasonable for this time of year, and still seeing that somewhat tight pressure gradient over the area, so slightly breezy for Saturday. Possibility of seeing a wind advisory at times for Saturday as well. And then things move to become much quieter as we move into the end of the weekend. Still on the chilly side, or right around seasonal or just below average for this time of year. But as we move into next week, we will see those thickness values rising, indicating some warmer temperatures, more mild as we move through next week. And we'll see a stretch of very quiet and dry weather as this area of low pressure stays well to our south and moves off the coast, and we continue mild and quiet as we move through the middle of the week and in towards the end of the week. It looks like our next chance of rain would be possible, mainly as we get into the possibly the PM time frame or into the overnight time frame, Thursday night into Friday, as models are indicating a possible boundary pushing through the area during that time frame, but still some disagreements with the long-term modeling and quite a bit of a ways out with the forecast. So keep an eye on that as we move into next week. Look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today. Yellow risk for those winds at or above 25 knots as we move through our working hours today. As we do expect those winds to continue out of the west, 10 to 15 knots, peaking around 24 knots. So a chance we could see a wind advisory at times as we move through the day today. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Otherwise, temperatures rising up to around 50 degrees this afternoon. And again, keeping high clouds around the area. And then as we get into the later afternoon, we could see some peaks of sun or some additional sun compared to what we're seeing right now. And then we'll see mainly mid-level clouds moving through the area as those winds will start to back off a bit, but keep a slight breeze. That, along with the cloud cover, is going to keep fairly mild low temperature with a low around 42 expected. And then we'll start off the day with partly to mostly cloudy skies for Saturday and winds light out of the west. Tides running normal. Saturday, we'll see those winds picking back up as we move through the day, becoming slightly breezy again. Chance of seeing a wind advisory at times for Saturday. Otherwise, mostly cloudy for the first part of the day. We'll see decrease in clouds as we go into the evening. We'll see a high of 51 for Sunday. Still fairly seasonable. Partly cloudy conditions overall. Will be slightly breezy, but should stay well below wind advisory criteria. And then we'll see warming temperatures as we go into next week, with a mix of partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions through at least the first half of the week here. So looking like very nice conditions. We'll see temperatures climbing into the 60s, possibly up to the mid to upper 60s. We'll see those low temperatures staying above freezing through that period as well. And then as we get into Thursday, just a 20% chance of some PM precip at this time. Again, we'll get a better fix on that as we get some better agreement with the modeling and we get closer to that possible event there. So that's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again on Monday at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your weekend.